We are going to talk about, how we're going to save the world, guys.
Yeah.
One face melt at a time.
How do we save the world via
3D
a comparison of two different versions of an effect?
Yeah.
That was done 30 years ago.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Oh,
Has anyone currently in
40?
the chat seen the latest video on Corridor Crew? Because that's what we're talking about.
That's the and that's
Pause
the thing.
the stream, go watch
Pause the
it
stream,
right
go
now.
watch it right now.
We are trying to raise awareness for this video because apparently YouTube doesn't want us to put it out there.
Yeah.
They want to suppress it, our
tell
voices
me
and our
more about
faces.
this. Tell me more about it, because this is very interesting to me.
Oh.
As someone who genuinely I don't understand the analytical side.
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention to it.
Oh, you think I do?
Well, maybe
Matt,
you do.
enlighten us.
I mean, Nick, you
Does anybody truly understand the holy
No.
algorithm?
No.
Not really.
It's always a
Actually,
mystery.
one man,
We can sort of ride the wave.
Mr.
of it.
Beast.
Mr. Beast understands it.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yes, he has
knows
made a blood sacrifice, or maybe
It must have been a pact of
yeah,
some sort.
some
with
kind
some
of
entity.
deal with the
Yeah.
devil, so that he can unlock the secrets of the algorithm.
For some
But
reason.
we, however,
Oh wait,
are-
it's giving money away. That's why.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that's why.
Yeah, we have to do more
Is
contests.
that the ticket?
It should have been like we recreate the face melt and give away.
And give
That's
away
right.
$10,000.
Yeah.
So
don't
we'll
know.
be giving away the goo.
Yeah. Almost there.
Goo to the people.
Replace goo with money.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we made a video that just went up this last Sunday. And it was about the original Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, that iconic face melt scene.
Oh, yeah.
Some real bad guys, Nazis even, opened the Ark of the Covenant, and you really can't do that if you want to keep your faces intact.
Yeah.
So, and the result is, boom, everybody's faces either exploded, got sucked in,
Dude.
got
I mean,
Or
I'm not
melted.
even. I wouldn't be mad to die that way, personally.
right.
I'd be mad to
cool.
die,
Oh yeah.
but not that way.
In a
'cause
cool way?
Think about it.
It's kind of a crazy
I'm
cool
probably
way.
going out.
he got arced.
I'm probably
Yeah.
going out on some slow fade
Yeah.
out in a hospital bed.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sad.
That's just
Right.
I would die. Would literally die for a
But a succubus?
suck death or
The
like
suck-
a
the suck death?
explosion death or
okay.
Yeah.
Like implosion.
any of that.
You know
Like
why?
you turn into a piece of jerky, kind of. Like
I mean,
a mummy,
it's
an
memorable,
instant mummy,
right? My
honestly.
family would remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd live on in that
They
way.
could keep you there dry.
Not
in
just
the
dry
corner.
me out, nurse.
Just dry me
Not
out.
just your
Some
family,
cultures
though.
do it, you know.
Not just your family. I think the thing is you'd go viral. You'd be on a subreddit.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
Oh, yeah.
some kind of
r/quick
public
mum-
freak out.
Quick mums.
yeah. If you're on security camera footage, getting your face sucked in,
Yeah.
that's it's gonna go viral.
It's
so
gonna
you'll
go viral, man.
yeah.
you'll always be immortalized on Reddit.
Copeland. That is kind of a top 10 death, I think.
Top 10 death, yeah,
Getting
that's it.
arced to death.
I was
Yeah.
I was talking to Jan about this too, and he's
Yeah.
like, he wants to go out in an epic way,
Okay.
jump out of a plane without a parachute kind of vibes, you know?
Oh.
Okay.
Like I see it and I like the idea.
I get it.
I don't think I have the courage for that.
No.
I think I'll probably ride one
Yeah.
out slowly.
It's gonna be a slow,
I'll just stare out the window until I forget who I am.
slowly lose your mind. Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna find out though, huh? We're all gonna find out. Welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Welcome to the podcast.
That's the fun of it, you know?
Yeah, that is the exciting part of it.
Yeah.
But back to this video, right? So
Yeah.
it's been released, and from what I understand about the analytics, the click through rate, right? The people who are receiving this in their algorithm are watching it, right? That's
Yeah.
good. The retention is good. All the numbers are good.
Yeah.
Except for, interestingly enough, how often YouTube is serving this to people.
That's correct. Yeah.
And that is just a mystery to us.
Yeah, and Nick, you've been in the game longer than we have, so I don't know if you have any.
Well, I'll tell
What's
you
your theory?
exactly what
Oh,
it
he's
is.
pulling up
I'll
the
tell you
analytics.
exactly what it
He's
is.
pulling them up.
I think just to get in front of this with my vote, I think it has to do with gore. I think it has to do with violence.
No,
Yeah.
but it also, does it though? Because again, and I circle back to this. We put this video out a long time ago. And by a long time, I mean 2 years ago. But the algorithm has changed so much, so maybe. But Spider-Man rated R, one of the goriest thumbnails
That's true.
we've ever made, and it has 35 million views.
Yeah, his arms are literally being ripped off.
Yes.
His eyes are
It's
bulging.
horrifically gory.
Maybe
true.
not gory enough.
And we've made a
honestly.
lot of gory thumbnails. I feel like this, and we really wanted to ride the line a little bit, but like also I don't think it's that gory, and it's also
Well, we desaturated all the blood.
Yeah,
in
we
the
did
actual
that,
thumb.
and also the effect is so iconic that like it's been around. People have seen that.
Yeah, it's
They
rated
s-
PG for
It's
crying
rated
out loud.
PG. You know, back when they released it. And then,
That's so funny. And
Yeah.
that I read is because they didn't have a PG-13.
oh
At the
yeah,
time? Is that
yeah.
right?
Well, so that's exactly right. Yeah. So what Chris Wallace, if you have seen the video, I'm just gonna spoil it if you haven't. We actually were able to get Chris Wallace, who was the lead SFX artist on that shot, on the face melt shot, in the original Raiders movie.
So cool.
And we were able to get him and interview him and show him our version of the effect, which was insane to me. That blew my mind in real life.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that we actually were able to talk to him.
I love
that
that
was
he
so cool.
Yeah, that he did that. That's,
Yeah, and he's such a cool guy, such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He was really happy that we just kind of like, we're exploring it, paying tribute to it, and he gave us some great insight too.
Yeah.
But where was I going with that?
Well, what was cool about that was that was not in the initial scope for the video. Right?
Oh no,
that
it wasn't
really
It was a surprise.
the idea.
Yeah.
Like Matt came to me nearing the end of this entire project, and he goes, "You will not believe this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I was,
that's
like,
the
shocked.
coolest thing in the world. So
I was so
Random
shocked.
cold
that
email.
happened.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you just cold email him? Is that it?
No, so Eric Beck, who we got on board to also help us like design the face melt.
Eric's great, man.
Eric is an amazing guy. And Gordon Tarpley was also there helping us out.
Incredible.
And it just exceeded our expectations on what he could have done. Both of them were familiar with Chris Wallace. They were
so
like
cool.
one step removed or had worked with him before. I don't think they actually worked with him, but yeah. So like at the end of our face melt day, they just threw it out there that they were like, hey, we know Chris Wallace. And I'm like, who's Chris Wallace?
Yeah.
He's like, he's the guy. Oh yeah,
He's the guy.
He's the guy. He's the actual guy. And so like, yeah, we were like, okay, so obviously we have to immediately get an interview together with him.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and it must
that's
be
really
nice
cool.
when you're like an industry legend to have. I feel like I wouldn't say the next generation because I feel like I'm too old for that now, but a generation after you,
Yeah.
like still paying homage to what
Oh,
you
yeah.
made and what you were the first to make. Like that's the crazy part to me is hearing him talk about it and saying, I'd never done anything like that before. I never knew anybody who had done anything like that before.
Yeah.
And you got Steven Spielberg going, all right, what you got? Like there's no greater stakes than that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steven's just like, we got to make this effect. He goes, no one's ever done this in the history of special effects.
Oh, it's so nerve-wracking.
We have to figure it out. He did it. He tried it. So this is the other aspect of this that I thought was super interesting. Also not in the video. He told us that this was the first time he had tried the effect. They didn't do a second round of this. They did the effect one time as a test.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, this is pretty good. We could do it better on our next version, the V2 when we actually finally do it.
And
They showed the first version, the V1, to Spielberg, and he was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Put it in the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Immediately, we're
Wow.
putting it in the movie. He was like, wait, actually, okay, all right, great.
So
That's
V2
fine.
V2 was the one on set.
V1 was the one. Yeah, the
wow.
very first time they tried that effect was what is in the movie.
Jeez.
That's so cool.
That's crazy to me.
That is crazy.
And that's what we did too. It's like, and for us, it was just we didn't have time to or the resources to make two versions. But we did only have one shot at it as well.
That's crazy because I would always want to build in at least one backup.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
fact
totally.
that, I mean, not that we could, like we had a couple weeks.
Yeah,
like,
we couldn't do
the
it.
window's just way too
Logistically.
tight.
That's a lot.
And those guys, they only had like a couple days to like actually prep all this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So the pressure of that moment
Yeah.
must have been insane because
Totally.
I was too engrossed in the actual melt itself, like the moment the melt was happening,
Oh yeah.
to pay attention to what you were doing.
Yeah.
But I imagine when that helmet, because this is the thing, for those of you who haven't seen it, that melt kicks off, and it's all going great. The skin's slopping off. It looks amazing, and then the helmet starts to go.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, oh, dude, it's gonna botch literally the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it in the final version looks great. In the moment, it was there for like it felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah. No.
It just wouldn't go away.
Yeah, so we had a helmet that was just part of the wardrobe, and we also this is also something not really covered in the video. The reason we had the helmet on in the first place, and the reason why in the original version of the effect they had a hat on him, was that hair is super hard to do. I mean, and it's hard to do in a simulation too. Like CG hair kind of sucks too.
Yeah.
But like also hair melting, if you're talking about like dealing with heat and hair melting, it might not look good sped up. So like just kind of covering the head as much as possible at the top of the head and all the hair, just kind of saves you some headaches. Is what in theory we were like, this is gonna be better to have it on, but we didn't realize it would have caused an entirely different problem.
It's just so funny to me, like in hindsight, obviously hindsight being 2020, it's so funny that we didn't think, hey, let's put the torches to another helmet, just see what happens.
Well, first of all, we didn't have another helmet.
Oh, we only had one helmet.
We only had the one.
Okay.
It felt really solid.
It did feel really solid. Well, I think it started really solid.
I think it was like construction helmet.
My thought was that the goo would melt before the helmet melted.
Exactly.
You know, like, but
well, that's
it did
the
not
thing is because
way.
like the idea is that like the goo itself is designed to melt.
Yeah.
The helmet's not designed to melt.
Well,
so we're
in fact,
like,
they should probably check that. Those helmets melt a little bit too easy.
Yeah.
I think.
To be fair, that's
anyone
like a
in
prop
construction
helmet too. That's
it is a
like
prop
definitely
helmet.
not a real
It was
construction
plastic,
helmet.
let's be honest. But it wasn't like a cheap prop helmet either.
Neo, I've definitely nailed it. One head prop, one helmet, one hope. It really was that
It was,
moment.
yes.
And what's funny, I think what
One
it is
one shot,
is,
one opportunity.
yes, he's everything everyone. The funny thing about it is, I think the head, while it is all melty, and I say this with no knowledge of like the practical side of things, but it's so tightly packed and so deep.
Yeah.
It's like microwaving, you know, a big
fucking whole turkey. Dude.
yeah,
Just,
the middle's always
put it
cold at
all
the
in,
end.
yeah.
And the helmet is so thin. I mean, it's hard, but it's thin plastic.
Yeah.
So the entire thing heats through and kind of sags away faster.
Right.
But the coolest thing about the helmet by far is that it ended up being, in my opinion, the cementing factor for making it feel real time, the practical melt. Because when you sped up the 10-minute sagging and splitting, it just looked like a normal speed melt and split.
Yeah, it looked like a very hot directional thing that was melting a helmet off a guy's face.
It was crazy. It literally speed ramped felt real time.
Yep.
And now you've got an element in the actual melt that's
and that
real
was the
time.
part that even when we were filming it real time, I was like relieved once it fell off because it fell off so slowly. It drooped so slow. I was like, wait a second. When you speed this up, it's going to look perfect.
Because with the
glasses,
glasses...
it's not going to feel weird.
Yeah, with the glasses in the original, that fell based on Earth's gravity. So when you speed that up, it's like...
It's going to just pop out of existence.
But you're right. It like peeled off slowly too and fell slowly.
Yeah.
It didn't just like...
It perfectly fell off. So
That's
it's like...
crazy.
And that's kind of what I mean when I say like a happy accident. Because it could have gone horribly wrong. The helmet could have just flopped off very quickly, and it would have been a thing where like to fix that in post would have been a lot tougher. But like the fact that we could just speed it up consistently and just, you know, make it work and make it convincingly seem like it's happening in real time.
That was amazing. And
Was
Brender
a
says,
blessing.
I can't imagine the chemicals a construction helmet has in it. I'll send you my hospital bill in 30 years.
Yeah, we were
And
really
then we'll
huffing
get our
that.
answer,
We were huffing some stuff there
Yeah.
for
There's
sure.
a lesson there
I'm
about
excited to
embracing the
see.
jank, though. You know,
Maybe it'll give me a
Embracing
top 10
sometimes
dev.
it's the jank we think.
It's the sometimes
It's the jank we think.
Exactly.
I love
It's the
that.
jank we
That's-
think.
I want to
Well, really, like so much of filmmaking is mistakes.
Yeah,
and
totally.
happy little.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, did we get it or did we just screw it up? And it all worked out.
Yeah.
Do you know what's
So-
funny about that is that's true in post too.
Yeah.
Is there's so many times where I'm setting up like a camera or I'm like setting up a render
You're just like,
and I
whoops.
botch a material or I botch the camera settings or something
wow.
and I actually do something that makes it look even cooler.
Oh yeah.
And I'll just stick with it. I'm like, oh, whoops. That's a total accident.
Yeah.
Right.
But you just roll with it. And
Totally.
it ends up being something you would never consider originally.
Totally.
That's the beauty of
Yeah.
it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
never going to melt the helmet though.
Oh,
Even when I
sure.
saw it melt, I was like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no way
Yeah, it's not gonna
I'm
happen.
entering that domain.
Yeah, you got to deal with a whole set of variables that you weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is
yeah,
that
dude,
is
I don't-
filmmaking, guys. That's what it is. There's always always mistakes happen, and you got to embrace them and roll with them. And also, like, have super talented people alongside you that know the boundaries to work in and know the limitations of things and can kind of go like, okay, now we know this is going to be okay. You know, that reassuring.
It was really cool to see 3D printing used in that capacity too.
It was amazing.
I didn't know that was possible for molds and stuff like that. I had no idea that was like a feasible option.
Me neither. Yep. Yeah. Gordon and Eric were like, well, and this is something that like the SFX world is definitely going in that direction in the industry. Like it's so much easier to just 3D print your molds because of all of the steps that we'll talk we talk about in the video as well. But yeah, that's crazy that they were able to pull his scan and do that one-to-one.
That is one of the great joys of working here to me, is that I get so like singularly focused. And I think I kind of have to like progress in any meaningful way in Houdini, but I get like so focused on Houdini and the simulation side, and I don't follow any of the other shiny coins that pop up around here, where it's like, you know, your guys' deep dives into AI, like those tools are incredible. I've never spent any time doing it.
Sure. Yeah.
But like cursorily, I absorb some stuff from you guys.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the same thing as working with Ren or like any other guys.
Everyone here. So it's like Daniel with the 3D printing video and stuff. I've still never 3D printed anything.
Yeah. But you feel like you.
I feel like I have. Yeah. But like seeing the use cases now, it's like I feel like when I get to a certain point in Houdini, I'll branch out, and it's cool to already kind of know the limit for some of this stuff, or the use cases rather for some of this stuff.
Totally.
And it's stuff I never would have thought of in a million years.
Yeah, it's cool seeing how all the tools can slot in.
It's awesome, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. And thank you, NeoRev. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the love in the comments too.
I was looking at the analytics too. It's like this video, I think, really has the potential to pop in that kind of like 1 week, 2 week later wins.
Yeah.
I think we just need to work on the marketing. We could maybe reapproach our thumbnail a little bit.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's always a roll of the dice though with these classic effect videos, you know,
Yeah.
because you don't know if it's going to be one of those classic effects that, you know, have been talked about a lot, or people are kind of just like not as aware of, or if it's like one that's going to really hit the zeitgeist, you know?
Right.
It's
and
interesting.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
We have done very similar videos in the past.
Oh yeah.
The one with the Abyss video in particular was the one that Dean and I thought was gonna bomb. We're like, there's no way, because outside of like our niche, who's really familiar with that? And like, I don't know. I don't know how like common that is for the Abyss water monster. So, but the title on that one was the title on that one was, you know, an interesting thing of like, oh, this 35-year-old effect changed movies forever or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is a very compelling question for when you're looking at something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
So it could be something in that domain.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like our core audience is clicking. Like the click-through rate you were saying, it's pretty average. Like, it's just, there's only like 5 million impressions, which an impression is anytime YouTube serves it to someone on the page, even if they click past it, you know, that counts. So they can track how many times was this displayed to someone. And it's a really good way to kind of, if you know, compare your impressions versus your click-through, then you can get a good idea as to how your marketing or topic, you know, like how alluring is it?
Yeah.
So to the person just scrolling.
What was really cool to see, Matt showed me this morning, was, I mean, the video itself is about 30 minutes. Like that's a television show. I mean, even more.
No, it's like a full episode.
It's an ad-free television
show. By the way,
show.
This is the longest video I've ever made at Corridors.
And Matt was grinding on it all. So he
I don't know when the last
job.
time we put like a 30-minute video out was. I think Daniel's was pretty long too. That's like 27
Daniel's
minutes.
was pretty long. I think one of the render challenges last year was pretty long. I remember.
So, but this was like, I mean, I put way too much time into this too.
I think you nailed it.
I was working very late.
But sometimes you just have to do that.
Week.
You know,
you
just
can
have to make
see
sure
your soul
because
in
you
it.
put the time in. You want it to be right.
Yeah.
You want it to be
your
totally.
eye as a viewer. Your eyes can taste a little bit of your soul in there. We see the pain, like we feel it. You know what I mean?
You can taste some of that, like
and all the titles.
It feels
spicy,
good to watch.
sweet and salty. You know. yeah.
But what was cool was it's a 30-minute video. Which, you know, you get a little nervous. You're like, are people going to be like, oh, okay, just shut up.
Dude, that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Was like,
and you can see the viewer
engagement's
retention,
good,
the engagement on the actual thing. And it supersedes like the majority of the stuff we do, even into the 30-minute mark. Like it continues to kind of ascend a little bit at the end.
People like
which is really
stick
cool.
Stick around.
So people are enjoying it, man. It's awesome.
So thank you for enjoying it.
Yeah,
really.
thank you.
Share it with your friends.
Yeah. My attention span is still intact.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hold on to it. Hold on to it.
Hey.
I'm fighting
Heck
for
yeah.
mine.
Well, I think we're lucky. A lot of our audience has great attention spans.
Yes.
You know, like
Thank you for your attention.
Fleeting
we're the
thing,
attention span generation. You know,
That's
like,
right.
All of us. I mean, our core audience is like 30-year-old dudes. So
Yeah, totally.
You know, we're all from the 1900s,
Yeah.
and we remember when books were a thing. And
Yeah.
You know,
And that's it. We remember
phones.
books and we remember Mythbusters too. 'Cause
Yep,
it
we
seemed
do.
like
We
a lot of
do.
comments were going like, "Oh yeah, this reminds me so much of the Mythbusters episode."
Eddie, I don't know if you guys know Eddie Burback.
Yes,
yeah.
Freaking love his stuff.
A fellow 30-year-old dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fellow
Yeah.
30-year-old dude. He did a video recently on getting rid of his phone. Fascinating
Oh,
video.
yes.
Yeah, fascinating video.
Thumbnail.
And I totally resonated with everything he said. I actually bought a flip phone way before the video.
Okay.
It's still in the box because phone companies,
Come on,
this is just
coward,
food for
do
thought. Phone companies make it very difficult to have an additional phone. My goal is to still have the iPhone because I need
Okay.
internet access, research,
Yeah.
lots of
Candy
useful
Crush.
tools. Candy Crush, yeah, legit.
Very
only
important.
like a few hours a day.
And also, I think Duolingo would murder you. He will really kill you, dude.
But I wanted a flip phone for the majority of the day. I only want this when I need it for internet, and then
Okay.
use this for the rest of the time.
You could do
It's-
Steve's option, you know, with
What's
the
Steve's
paper.
option? Oh, with the he just writes.
Oh, yeah,
what,
yeah.
He mails letters.
He
What are
literally
you talking about?
Yeah.
Watch the last vlog. He has a phone-shaped piece of paper too that flip open, like they fold, and he writes his numbers on there.
That's great. That's great.
He's the kind of guy that has the sticky note with the password
Yeah,
on his
so
computer.
awesome, dude.
That's so
Yes.
great. But
What
but
a
I,
legend.
I went into T-Mobile and I'm like, hey, can I get another line? I also went into Verizon. I was like checking all of the options. And I was like, can I get another line? And it's like, they're like, you can't share a number across two phones, which I feel like is that crazy?
Well,
Maybe it's
yes,
impossible.
it's
I don't
like
know.
double the
I don't know the
data.
technology.
me neither. But would you want both your phones to go off?
Well, because I
at
would
the same ti- two
basically leave this off just around
Okay.
in case I needed it, and then I turn it on
Yeah.
and use it like a device only. I missed the whatever the one before it was a phone was called. I forget. It's been that long.
the phone.
But yeah,
Just
whatever.
regular.
The iPod. Touch. There it is. We got there.
iPod.
But yeah, so the flip phone. So they're like, but you have to have another line for the flip phone, which is like $50. I'm like, so now I got to pay two phone lines just to have an old one.
Yeah.
So I left it in the box for now. I'll find a solution. I know.
Like,
Oh, so
you have to
apparently,
dive deeper into capitalism to get away from your phone.
Yeah.
apparently, a man named or somebody named Data makes it work. You can share a number between two phones.
The
But-
problem is
But it could be illegal.
this is SIM cloning, which tends to be used in illegal
Dude, that
formats.
is the coolest crime name ever. Like,
Sim clones.
Sim cloning.
SIM cloning.
I'm just.
But
a-
it's
just so I can not be
Yeah.
addicted to my phone. That's the
Yeah.
saddest state.
Yeah.
When you grew up in the 1900s, would you ever imagine you might be sim cloning in the future, dude?
Dude, they're like, what are you
In the year
talking about?
2000, dude? We're gonna just be rolling
Sim
around
cloning.
with sim cloning.
But really, I just have a flip phone I'm
Yeah,
trying to use. Like, it's
yeah,
not even cool. But,
Sim cloner.
But I noticed that I will scroll, and I never intend to. Normally, I'm pretty efficient with my
Yeah.
time. But man, if I get into that rabbit hole, we've all been in there.
Where?
We've all been in that
What-
dirty
what's your
rabbit
poison?
hole. I deleted TikTok completely. I can't.
Okay.
The algorithm's too good.
But what's it now?
Oh,
What
it's
are you
it's
scrolling?
it's YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These little these little
guys.
snippets of info,
Little-
and I'm
little
just
nuggets.
whoop, 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 and an hour passes, and I've retained none of it. I can't even tell you what I saw. I just lost an hour,
What is
and I
that?
feel bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but that leads actually perfectly into someone was asking if we're using Shorts. We are making Shorts now too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Totally.
yeah, we are
So,
making Shorts.
There's a guy named Andres. He's a filmmaker who reached out to us, and he was like, "Hey, I really, like making YouTube shorts. What's up?" And Christian and I messaged him, and he's now making shorts from our React videos.
Wow.
And we're having a lot of fun thinking about different ideas, different
Yeah.
little, like you said, Jordan, fun facts, fun snippets.
Fun snippets, man.
Some of them
But
are
hey,
really
if no one
popping off.
remembers them afterwards, we could start adding little messages in there, Try
Yeah.
to
No,
really
there's-
get in deep in the subconscious.
There is one Instagram account that I do like. I can't remember the name of them. It's like Your Last Scroll or something, where it basically before the video starts, like a really cool video is about to start, and then a message pops up and it says,
like meta?
basically, promise if you keep watching, promise to close your app after this video.
Wow.
Like this is your last video. It's gonna be epic. and that'll give you that little scratch.
Oh, man.
And then just you're done. So everyone makes the vow, and then you watch the video, and then you just shut the app. And I love that. I think that's great.
That's wonderful.
Everything in moderation, really. That's
So
the ticket.
funny.
And I have
That's
I have a
funny.
really hard time moderating myself. And it has impinged my focus and my ability to like retain. So for me, I'm like, for my own mental health, I need to kind of stray away from just binging.
I had to get rid of TikTok too. Honestly, Reels is the next. I don't know how
Reels?
I can't get
Instagram?
rid of Instagram though.
That's
That's the
the
problem.
I never signed up for Reels. I'm like, no, you're not gonna get me. You're
Yeah.
not
Well,
gonna-
what do you mean you never signed up?
Oh,
for,
like isn't that a different app though?
no.
Yeah.
It's all the
Threads.
same.
Oh, that's Threads.
Yeah,
Threads.
Yeah, Threads.
See,
don't worry about Threads.
I'm just living in my little world. It's great.
Yeah.
We're loving it here.
yeah.
And then we got
Yeah.
DJ Fallen saying, as a DJ, I get shorts of other DJs playing tracks I end up buying. That is a good use case for shorts. If you can train your algorithm, it can be great. Like my wife's algorithm is a wonderful experience. It's joyful.
What's up
it's
with
happy.
that?
Mine is
how
like
do I get in a good algorithm? Because mine's really
mine's a cesspit.
dude,
Yeah.
It will not.
It's
It's just
a-
Joe Rogan. For some reason, because I'm a 30-year-old dude, so it's like,
You like Joe
hey,
Rogan?
Yeah, it's like you love him, and I'm
You
like,
love
eh.
him.
Yes,
and
you
if you
do.
don't,
And
you
it's
will.
like you
Yes,
do.
you do.
You love
really
him.
think about it.
Trust me.
And all of his friends. Here you go.
But yeah, it's
Hell
so
yeah, brother.
funny how it just like it really tries to lock in on you and just feed you certain
Yeah.
things. And
Yeah.
it's something I've talked about on the podcast before, but it's a scary thing because even recommended videos in general can change the way you view the world.
Dude.
Like
Right?
I used to do so much roto work.
Yeah.
Like before my time at Corridor, I would lock in days, weeks of just like the mindless stuff. Like before any of the AI tools saved my soul. But I'd just be locked in, just try. So I just play recommended videos. I wouldn't even pick a video. I'd
Okay.
click on one, and then the algo would just guide me, just blind into the ether.
Yeah.
And it started getting like political. Like all of the recommended videos started getting skewing political before all the craziness has been going on. And I started forming political opinions just based on consumption without even knowing. And all of a sudden I was scared a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like upset when I heard certain things that never upset me before. And I purged all of it for a while. A few months later, started watching YouTube again. Same recommended because I'd been gone for a while.
Sure.
And I was in complete disagreement with the
Yeah.
majority of what I was hearing. I was like, just a little break has reset me into not
Yeah.
being this person anymore. This is very interesting.
It's sort of like kind of brainwashing. To be
yeah,
honest,
and
in
it's
its
scary
own
how
way.
I've been
subtle
trying to
that
change it.
is.
Yeah.
Think it's like a 4-year cross dissolve.
Really, yeah.
Like you can't
4-year
tell. You
cross
can't
dissolve.
tell it's even happening, and
Yeah.
you're like, who am I?
So I was like trying to fix this because all of my channels now, I have like a history one that I usually watch history videos on, so my algo stays there.
Yeah.
And then I have one that's more like newsy, but now they're all the same. It's all the same because I've started cross-pollinating.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, how do I get to some new stuff?
Yeah.
So YouTube actually on the very top, if you scroll all the way over on topics on your homepage, they have a new to me.
Oh,
You
hey,
can
that's
literally
nice.
press new to me and it will give you new options of videos you've never seen and channels you've never
No
seen.
way.
So try using it and then that combined with the I'm not interested in this video, channel, or topic.
Yeah, like
with those 3 little dots you drop
curating
down.
person. Yeah,
You
that
gotta
feels like a
do it
good
now.
idea.
You have to do it. 'Cause
I've never done that.
You're so right, man. Like these algorithms literally shape our world.
They're literally going to pick who you are. Isn't that weird? It's
And-
like the sorting hat. It's like
Yeah.
Slytherin, but no, I
Keep
disagree.
keep going all the way
Yeah.
over, dude. It's all the way over there.
Where is it?
Hidden.
New to
It's
you.
hidden. They
New
hide
Hey,
it.
that's
to
cool.
you.
That should be the number one
number
fucking
one.
thing.
Yeah.
Because YouTube could grow so many channels, creators, like content streams by just making it easier for us to break out of our algorithm. Like you guys won. You guys did a great job. Your algorithm's killer.
Yeah.
We're locked in and we want to escape.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Please free us from the shackles of the algorithm.
companies need to give us a little bit more freedom over our algorithm and like give us that Shazam feature. Remember Shazam? That was such a great app.
Yeah.
Or not Shazam, fucking
The music
Pandora. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, the music
Pandora
one?
Radio, where you thumb up, thumb down,
Yeah,
like what you
that was
like.
cool. That was
And
cool.
it really like gets a sense of what your music taste is, and you can still affect it at whatever stage in the process you're at. You can be like, I like this, I don't like this.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to curate.
Now Spotify's like, yo, Nick, so you're a music lover, right? Well, hey, I got 80 playlists for you of music that you've never heard, but I think you're going to like it. I don't, but
Yeah.
Never click on that shit. All I click on Spotify whenever I go on is new music from artists I like.
Yeah.
It gives me 8 options. No expand feature.
That's cool.
It doesn't let me see all the artists I like. No, it's not. It's horrible. This is horrible.
Oh, it locks you in.
It locks me in. If I ever have the gall to explore a new album that it does recommend to me, right? Like, hey, we think you'd like this new album. I click on one song. Not for me. I'll listen to something else. That fucking artist now is showing up in my new music from artists you listen to. It's like... one of the because 8 precious slots of new music. I just want to keep up with artists.
Right.
I feel like hear new stuff. Be made aware of it, right? So I can listen to Spotify. I can support their platform, whatever. But no, they refuse to let me do that. And it's so frustrating to not have control over my algorithm.
Yeah. And
give me control of my algo, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
That sort of circles back to like the whole idea that we're talking about where it's like creators don't know how to work with the algorithm anymore. Like it's gotten so out of control that like
we're just rolling the dice.
What do we think people are gonna like? It's like
you can't go by what works because that often fails.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, remember the last rated R video we did? Like,
oh,
every one of those videos.
That was my last bomb.
Yeah.
That was my last bomb for sure. Yeah, in terms of the video that I was like,
we've all
really
been there,
trying
dude.
to make.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that one never did anything either. Too.
That's great because I think maybe that one is just not relevant to maybe the people who are using the apps anymore. Like they don't even know what it is. Possibly it's
that's
just
okay.
aged out.
Yeah.
But I was surprised by that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I see that one a little more.
Yeah.
I get why maybe that one.
It's
wasn't
funny
gonna
that
work,
that algo thing in TikTok is like they measure everything on TikTok. I've heard that it's like how long you linger on a video, how all the things to try and guide it as best as they can. But there's a deep flaw. And scroll up, Christian. There was a comment earlier. I don't know who said it, but they were saying they watch like one video of a specific type, and then that's all they feed you. They watch like a Colbert video, and now it's all political stuff.
I hate that so much. Like,
yeah, I was watching a video on TikTok. This is me being vulnerable here. I was watching a video on TikTok, and it was like I wasn't really sure what was happening. It was cutting between like this guy watching a video of this woman, and nothing was really happening. So I was just like giving it a chance, right? It's like, what is this? It's like a 20-second video, and it leads to I can't really remember the exact thing. Maybe you guys have seen this video. Yeah. But it eventually, she's like hitting like this dummy. She's like beating this dummy. And this guy's like watching her beat up this, the punching dummies? Yeah. You've seen them? Like they have no arms or anything?
Yeah. I did taekwondo, like most 1900s children.
So she's beating up this dummy and it keeps cutting back to him watching her. And I was like, is there going to be like a punchline or something? And after like 20 seconds of this video, she jumps up and she like puts her butt on its head and just rips one. And then it cuts. And then it cuts. Not going where dude, I know. It was me too. Go. Me too. So it cuts back to the guy, and the guy is now sitting there and hiding his arms, like he wants to be the dummy. I guess that's the joke,
it's
right?
Like Spider-Man Elsa shit. Dude.
So I immediately go, oh, what the heck? And I scroll. All fart stuff. Like as long as I'm going, they're like, oh, this guy's into this.
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
Yeah. So now anyone wants to borrow my phone.
He is huffing it.
Yeah.
Fart
TikTok is a whole thing.
Fart TikTok.
And I've been fed it all, baby.
I believe it.
Dude,
yeah.
This is the next level brain rot.
Dude, it's crazy, dude. It's freaking butt rot, dude. It's a whole new level. So now if anyone...
You're not alone.
Let's go,
Morgan,
dude.
thank you so much.
You guys are in the algorithm, dude.
It's on the level of mobile game ads.
Get out of there. Get out of there immediately.
I might rather watch the ads, honestly. Those things are at least... There's artistry there.
Oh, yeah. There was when we were doing the mobile game ad video, there was a whole year afterwards and honestly, let's be honest, I still get them.
Should we pop out our YouTube recommendations? What's everyone's algo say?
Let's see what we got. What's
your top?
Okay, real quick, guys.
I'm on quarter crew, so here. Let me
I'm going to give you like a deep cut inside joke that's going on right now. Griffin Thorne, also known as Knife, is genuinely addicted to the word achuta.
He's so addicted.
It is a Star Wars term made by a Twi'lek, I think they're called. The two-tailed head. No, hold on. I'll get there.
Trust us.
It's two-tailed head alien guy. And in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, I was having a conversation with one of them. I was just 12. And he said, achuta. And it stayed in my brain forever. And now now I don't even remember how it came up, but Griffin is literally, you can see in the chat,
Yeah.
is
Is
addicted
Griffin
to
in
it.
there?
He's so addicted.
Deeply and
God.
truly addicted,
You
and it's a
mad
beautiful
guy.
thing to see.
Achuta.
So Google Achuta,
He does
Knights of the
say
Old
that.
Republic, and join the bandwagon.
It sounds offensive too,
It
by the way.
kinda does,
It
yeah,
just
the
sounds
more I
like
say
it's
it.
problematic, but don't worry, it's not. It's Star Wars.
Man.
All right, what's our algorithms, boys?
Oh, yeah.
What do we got?
What's mine?
What's on the
Good
table?
Lord.
Okay, God, it's all podcast clips, dude.
All
It's
podcast
Team
clips.
Coco. I've never watched Coco,
Or-
by the way.
hold
What is
on.
Coco?
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
Are we doing shorts or are we doing the home? All home.
Okay.
I have to breathe in. I have this app that makes me breathe and read a quote about time management before I'm allowed on YouTube. I just want to say I'm
wow.
trying. I really am working on it.
You are working on it, aren't
To
you?
simply wait and be bored has become a novel experience in modern life.
Wow.
Cal
God.
Newport, do you still want to use the app or do you want to get out?
Dude,
I'll use
here's
it.
a banger, dude.
He's using it.
Old man disappointed by appraisal. Antiques Roadshow UK.
Nice.
Bad appraisal videos, just
Bad
devastated old
appraisal
men.
clips, dude. This is my TikTok, bro.
Dude, okay,
is
my
my
shorts.
fart TikTok.
Check this out. Joe Rogan immediately.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah?
literally don't listen to
Dude,
Joe Rogan
That's
at
not what the
all.
algo says.
Apparently, I, 30-year-old man,
That's
want
amazing.
Joe Rogan. So you're
I've
right
got-
about that one.
I've got a lot of sports stuff, a lot of UFC, a lot of NBA.
Nice. I listen to rain sounds, so now half
Oh,
of
that's
my
beautiful.
algo is just rain sounds, AI generated rain
Oh
sounds.
my gosh, dude, I started getting into that too.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the rain
yeah.
sounds. Oh my
Dude,
god.
have you
I
checked out
subscribe to Rain.
crackling fireplace with sleep sounds?
No.
Okay,
But
it's good.
I now pay for my rain.
You do?
So
You
like
pay for your rain?
That's premium
yeah,
rainsounds.com.
because it's like you want to loop it all night, and
yeah.
like if you're just how are you gonna
Dude,
loop?
you get a freaking like
99
cereal ad
cents?
at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get hit with some nonsense ads when I'm like trying to go to sleep. Yeah, it's good. It just
that's so funny.
goes into a Manscaped ad.
Have
know?
you seen the video? There's this redhead kid. He's so funny. He's only like 12 or 13. He's constantly doing these videos that go crazy viral. And he did one of the Neuralink, where you have the free package of the Neuralink, and he's fast asleep, and he gets hit with an ad, and he's like, it's so good.
So yeah, I don't want my
It's so
Neuralink to
good.
get all
Yeah,
spammed
yeah.
out with
Yeah.
ads. Okay, so yeah, I pay for my rain.
Oh, it's so good.
No, Matt, Neo Rev does have a point, dude. I got these 8, 10, 11-hour compilations of rain, dude. I'll send you some.
Are they
links,
not
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
ads? They not
Free,
have
baby.
ads?
Free, baby.
Totally
No
free.
ads, dog.
Just the sounds of
Also,
wet, dude. Just
wet sounds, fire
Dude,
sounds.
it's so dystopian.
Dude, there
but-
literally is dystopian,
No.
apocalyptic, like I'm serious, Blade Runner ambience with rain. You're
Yeah.
like in this like Blade Runner, like little like cozy Blade Runner apartment, and it's
Hell
just
yeah.
like rain's coming down.
I want that
There's frickin',
dystopian
like, dark
paid for
ambient
rain.
synths.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to pay for synth meat.
You're gonna drift away.
I want to eat
dude.
my synth meat, my synth
Yeah,
steaks. and
sometimes I just tone out, dude.
pet my
I love
hologram
it.
cat and
yeah. Oh,
pay
yeah.
a rain subscription.
Totally.
Oh.
You know you're Californian if you pay for
Pay
rain.
for rain. Yeah, I'm out here paying for my rain.
I just need to hear some rain.
I honestly like I am as soon as like I can get the whole smart house situation happening.
Oh.
I already have it.
Smart
Dude.
house. When the carpet
Dude.
sucked up the spilled
Oh,
Yeah,
yogurt.
I want
Dude.
all of
Yes,
that.
please.
I
that
already have.
movie was so sick, dude.
I
Smart
have
house.
I have my Alexa hooked up to everything. First of all, my fans, my
Yeah.
lights. I can say
I thought you meant fans like people who like you.
my fans.
Like, what are you
yes,
talking about?
all my subscribers
Okay.
know about it. But no, I walk in my place. I go, Alexa, do that thing.
Hell yeah.
And she does that thing.
That's so
She
sick.
turns the
Has
lights
Smart House
on.
been on React?
Oh
write it down.
No,
I'm gonna
dude,
write it
you
down.
talk about the
Okay.
yogurt in Smart
Yogurt,
House.
yep.
son.
And
Yogurt.
also,
The yogurt.
it's iconic, dude. It's iconic.
I'm gonna put in brackets yogurt.
yogurt.
That's amazing.
Okay, guys, Black Mirror. Did
Anyway.
you guys watch it? I can't.
I
got-
am over it.
It's
sort of.
done this
Thank
for
you
me.
so much,
Yeah,
Matt.
I'm so.
There
over
was
bo-
a time where the world was pleasant enough to watch that show and
Yeah.
not completely spiral out into an anxious fit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for me,
It's also just.
well, it's like cool. I'm gonna spend. You guys did a great job writing this show that hits every one of my anxieties about the future so
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, I feel like it's just falling off though the writing as well. I
The
don't know.
last season felt worse,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen the new season. I'll give it a shot.
I like the
still.
original.
I'll still
When
give it
we're-
a shot.
when we're
Yeah,
out of
that's
show
good.
to watch. we'll watch it. But yeah, it
Where's
feels
the-
like we're in one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
really does. Yeah,
I watch
It
stuff
really,
to
really
escape.
does.
I don't want to escape into a worse anxiety. That's like very close to home, actually.
Yeah, it
usually,
kinda is,
It
huh?
normally is way too close to
It's
home.
kind of trippy.
It's
So,
just crazy that
we'll be
show
there.
started. It got the ball rolling. Its very first episode. It's like
yeah.
we're gonna do a
Yeah.
politician pig sex.
Yep.
Yeah,
Episode.
and that's
That set the
so
tone.
different.
That's how we set the tone for the show.
and that's the most different one.
yeah.
That's the weirdest. Like,
But still, thematically though, it was in line with what they were going for, which is like just how the world interacts with social media and how things can spiral.
guess-
and,
yeah, I
like
guess
just
so.
how the world interacts with technology in general. And so it was doing that. But
it just was. It felt so,
So-
dissimilar.
so dissimilar, yeah. It was,
to
it
the
was
rest of
very
them.
unique. But that's kind of what I want to see in an anthology series. I want to see some like crazy out there, left turns and
Yeah.
stuff that you don't expect to see in a show. And I feel like they're all sort of kind of getting to that point where it's like, well, we know people just kind of want this one kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like it only hits you with that one kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I want to switch up a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to have a little
I'll check it out.
fun.
I'll check it out. I am running out of
Alright.
shows. We all
Really?
watched White Lotus,
Dude,
I feel
actually-
the
which we
opposite.
can't.
Here's
I
a
feel
good
like we
one,
can't
though.
talk about.
The
I don't wanna
studio.
spoil anything.
Oh, Steve.
Oh,
The
yeah.
studio is an
Oh!
that's an excellent show.
I gotta watch it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
It's getting better and better
It's
too.
so good. It's not something that I could spoil.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
you can't
it's
spoil
like
it.
especially if you're in the industry or have lived around the industry,
Yeah.
like you'd really
Next to it.
appreciate everything about it.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me it feels like there's a bit of the show Extras. If you've seen that, Ricky Gervais's Extras.
Yeah. It is.
Have you seen it?
'Cause
Have you
Oh,
seen
I
Extras?
love extras.
Okay,
dude.
I was
Because
gonna
it's
say, you
because
definitely must
so
watch
small.
Extras.
The story itself is so small scale.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Birdman in that way,
It's
where
kinda
it's
like
like
Birdman.
it's
Yeah.
not it's not like high stakes stuff happening often, but like everything feels so tense.
Yeah,
and
Is
it's-
it has
like
such a
hate
fun
letter to the
rhythm to
industry
it
kind
too.
of?
It's
Like-
Extras meets The Bear.
Yeah.
Meets
Okay.
what's the, oh my gosh, I forget the name of it. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm a little
It's
bit. Yeah.
those three. If they
Yeah.
had a baby, it'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
the studio.
Dude,
Yeah.
Which is Seth Rogen's new
sounds
show on
right
Apple.
down my alley. Yeah, I
It's
gotta
so
check
good.
it
Incredible.
out. I need to just pay for that Apple
New
trial,
episode- new
dude.
episodes
Does anyone
tomorrow?
have a Apple subscription I could get?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Dude, yes, the Oneer.
'Cause
The
I need
episode
to
The
do
Oneer.
Severance.
The Oneer,
also.
excellent.
Yeah.
Also, the one after that. The Oneer after that.
They do a lot of long
is
takes
good.
in that.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that is also the whole sort of like fun. It's not necessarily like a gimmick, but they do a lot of long takes, and I think it like really works for the show
It
because
does.
it's everything feels a little more stressful and you feel more as an audience like
That's the
you're
thing.
in it. You're
Yeah.
in the moment with those people, and it's happening in real time. So
and-
it's really good.
And my wife and I stopped watching The Bear. It's called
Yeah.
The Bear, right?
Yeah.
Because of the stress
Oh,
factor.
it's a lot of
It was
stress.
like very stressful.
Yeah.
And this has that same stress, but with the levity of like a Curb Your
Yes.
Enthusiasm
Yeah.
slash
It's-
Extras. Like,
Yes, it still has a lot of
Lot of
good
fun.
laugh
I
out
hope
loud
it's more
comedy in
grounded.
it.
Neo Rev asks about the franchise. Did you guys
Yeah,
watch
that's
that one?
the-
I
see-
tried watching it.
No, yeah, exactly. So
A couple
this,
episodes
This
I
does
got,
what the
yeah.
franchise wishes it could do.
Okay.
the franchise feels like a
franchise fell
sitcom
off.
about making a show.
It felt
Yeah.
too goofy to me.
It was
just-
very goofy.
It was
Yeah.
goofy, but it was also so like inside baseball to where like I feel like a general audience wouldn't really understand the jokes or like
I
why
don't think they did.
it
in the
felt-
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it
feel
felt
like
more
that.
mythic questy in tone.
yeah.
And this feels grounded in like the same sense as The Bear. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you feel the
Yeah.
stress, you feel the importance of the moments, and you feel the pain of embarrassment, like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's like such
That's
a
good.
it's such a good show.
I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Curb ended, dude.
The what?
I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Curb ended.
Yeah.
You know, it had to
Every
end,
episode
but-
is pretty much the same though. Like,
Yeah.
but it's the
It
same with
is.
Key and Peele. Like it's all the
Yeah.
skits are the same beats, where it's like something happens, that was weird. It's getting weirder and it
Yeah.
builds to a climax and twist. Like every single one, but it always hits, you know?
Climax
So
twist.
Yeah.
Womp womp
If it
womp.
ain't broke.
Yep.
Also Andor season 2. If we're just talking about shows,
is it,
I
wait, is that
can't
out?
wait. Oh,
Is
it's
Andor
coming
season
out
2
next
Okay,
week, I
cool.
think.
We're talking shows, guys.
now we're
Yeah.
talking shows,
Shows.
but I cannot wait
Yeah.
for that show too. It is so freaking good.
Right.
That first season was amazing.
Andor, Last of Us is
Yeah.
dropping currently. So
watching that
we-
too.
We're in a good. We're in a good.
There's a
pocket
lot.
I think we're in a good
Yeah.
space
Yeah.
for
Sorry.
shows right now.
Oh,
And when I said we're almost out of shows, I just mean in terms of the ones that we are aware of that we want to watch. Very
Yeah.
open to other suggestions.
Yeah.
But I would love another British show comedically.
Have you watched Life's Too Short? The the old one. It's like about Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis, I've seen that.
Okay, good.
Idiot Abroad, fantastic.
Idiot-
The British
yeah,
Office,
oh my
fantastic.
God.
Extras,
Okay,
fantastic.
you've gone through all
I've
the
gone through
base.
So good,
all
so
of
good.
them.
The
I've
Ricky
gone-
verse.
Yeah, I've gone through
Yeah.
the Ricky verse.
Okay.
I've gone through many different verses.
What's the retirement home one that Ricky Gervais
that one's
did? What's
heavy.
that called?
Or I didn't watch all of that.
It's good though. It's
Yeah.
so
I
funny though.
didn't
Yeah.
see that. No.
That
It's
I
touching.
can't remember the name.
I
of that
forget
one.
the name. Yeah, too.
Righteous
That's okay.
Gemstones is a good watch. It's so out there. It has moments that made me just crack up.
Yeah.
You guys see that
That's
one?
a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
I
It's
started
fun.
watching the most recent season.
That's one. That's one I haven't
Really?
seen. A
There
lot.
are okay. See, now that everyone's commenting shows, I am realizing there's a lot of because Last of Us season 2,
Dude,
like
this
saw
is,
that.
you
that
just
was
throw
great.
this like wild statement
Yeah.
out there. There's no shows, and there's
nothing.
so much content
There's
being
so-
made. Just
and I think
the hose.
that's what it is. I once went to an all you can eat. I once went to an all you can eat
All you can.
Buffet, and I ate nothing.
which already is a vile experience.
Yeah. Yeah, they're rarely
It's-
good.
Well, I mean, vile just in terms of like, what are we doing? Like, come on, guys, we need to be better than this. But I have like my
As a
plate stacked and
society.
stuff,
Yep.
and there's this woman who, dude, her plate was it was tickling heaven.
Mm.
It was so high with food, and she was
get
miserable.
two.
And she like turns by me and like brushes past me, complaining to her friend. She goes, "There's nothing to eat here," and I'm like, "Look at your plate." So I feel like that's me in shows. That's on me.
And at that point, when you have a food pile, you're not like enjoying one piece of it.
No.
It's becoming a
It's a
mush.
slop.
Yeah.
Well,
a
that's-
slop of all flavors.
And that's the same thing with shows too. You have to curate your own experience, right?
It's like
curate
food
your
suicide.
experience.
Yeah.
Don't watch every single thing that comes out.
Yeah.
You know, just
yeah.
curate it a little.
Curate
bit.
it a
Be a
little
little
bit.
bit picky.
I'm missing out on all the Apple stuff though, so I think I might just buckle and
Yeah.
get Apple
There's
for like a
some really
month or
good
two.
stuff.
Watch it all. I haven't seen Severance.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
You gotta see that.
Now I feel so vulnerable that you called out my reaction before I did it, and then I did it anyway. I hate that.
I just
Shoot,
get
he
it.
made fun of us before we even did the
And then
thing.
I did the thing.
And then we did the thing.
No, it's because every time I say that, I get met with
You've never seen it?
ghosts come out, dude.
Yeah.
It's because we all die inside when we hear it.
Yeah.
It's well, because
I know, I
also
gotta
Nico
see
and
it.
Ren
You do have
haven't
to.
seen it. They confessed this on the
They're
couch.
gonna have to.
They said it made them feel sad. But
I mean,
You like remember? You're like, I finally got to the bottom of this.
It made-
I haven't
feel
severed
sad.
that memory. It is
I don't
so
get that.
good. It's
yeah.
Sorry.
insensitive.
Yeah.
Midnight Mass is
It's
also good.
amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
just watch it. We won't even say any more about that.
Yeah, you know.
'Cause that's the thing is all these shows are great, and it's hard to even talk about them because you want to talk about all the crazy moments in them, and I don't want to spoil them for anybody.
Don't even spoil.
We're not
it.
even gonna spoil
Just
them.
check it out, or
Just
don't.
know that you guys are currently in a content all you can eat.
That's right.
Look at the plate.
Yep.
Curate your plate. That's what we've
Curate
learned.
your plate.
Yep.
Yep.
Curate your plate.
Yeah.
And there is food.
That's
There
right.
is food, and I'm wrong, and I'm
One
sorry.
thing that's really tasty, if you haven't checked it out, is our face melt video.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
check that out.
actually, I don't know. Do we
a
have
good
to
one.
wrap up? Are we out of time here?
Oh no, we're good. We
So
got
I'm
a
having a
couple
fun
minutes.
little-
Another like
Yeah.
5
having
to
a
10
fun
minutes.
time.
We can maybe
Yeah, because
no rush.
we also want to talk about some of your simulation stuff too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know,
Let's
I
get.
don't know how much time we have
how
left.
much
10
time do
minutes
we have?
enough for this?
10 minutes?
Yeah, dude.
Excuse me. I didn't
Easy,
prepare
right?
myself.
You can give
That's
us the
plenty of
abridged
time.
version, okay?
Yeah.
Please.
Abridged version.
We
Step
were having
one.
a good time. Kind of got off course here a little bit,
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what.
But yeah, I mean, like, you know, while I was slaving away with a bunch of goo, covered in goo,
Yeah,
you
were covered in goo.
you were chained to your desk.
I was.
With
It's a different
and,
kind of
and a diff-
computer goo.
Computer
you were
goo.
simulating the goo.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, your whole experience was, I mean, it's not something I was really aware of the
Yeah.
whole time, but you
Yeah.
had a heck of a time doing it.
I did. And just real quick, Garrett, I hear you. He says day 63 of asking Jordan to make his Houdini course available to corridor subs. I love that idea, but I made the course with Double Jump Academy, so that would be a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I love the idea. I would honestly love that.
They don't take too kindly.
They don't take too kindly to
free
yeah.
courses, you know.
So yeah, the whole experience with melting the face, like I had been messing around with the MPM solver, MPM inside of Houdini, which is a relatively new addition. And just for those of you who don't know, in simulations, there's different solvers for all the different kinds of calculatory problems that you face. So like for liquid, let's say, there's a flip solver. crunches the numbers differently and gives you the result of what water would do in a certain environment. And then for destruction, there's rigid body, right? That's its own brain and crunches those numbers separately. So the NPM solver, the new brain that just dropped, is designed for calculating the numbers of emulating multi-material types, is what it's called. What that means in layman terms is lots of different types of things can interact with each other, because that's the hard part in simulation. If I want my liquid to affect my rigid body to affect my this sim and that sim, now you've got a lot of brains connecting and dancing together, whereas the NPM is designed to kind of handle a lot of different things and allow them to interact, like chunky mud and water and snow and all the different elements, right?
You can
even
finally
concrete.
sim your mud pile in one go.
All in one go with concrete and like all the things that weren't
rocks.
Possible in an easy way.
Wow.
And that's what NPM is designed to do. So
Cool.
here around Corridor, we have crazy timelines for every video, which is a thrill, but it also means there's not a ton of time to like dive into new stuff unless you build a project around it, right? So in messing with the NPM, I started messing with some melty face stuff and realized that would be an excellent solution for this conundrum that we were facing. So I was like, that's a perfect opportunity to start learning it. And so, I started leaning into that and using the NPM because we've got a face that is melting and it's technically different material types in a way. It's like, I was imagining the skin would be very liquidy and then maybe the fat would be more chunky and then it would be, as you move deeper into the head.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be a good solution. Long story short, it wasn't the best solution. I could have done it other ways that would have been a lot easier on me, but I'm glad I at least got to explore it, right? But yeah, the process itself, it's all particle-based simulation at the end of the day. So imagine you just replace my face with a ton of particles and just pack it to the brim.
Yep.
And then all of those particles have a certain viscosity.
Yeah.
They're trying to hold on to their neighbors and whatnot. And so over time, I'm eroding that viscosity. And I give all the different particles different levels of starting viscosity. So there's some really weak ones that just spill right out. And then there's some that are really holding on. And it spreads over time. And it starts to melt over time.
Yeah.
And then the next layer underneath has even more viscosity. So that's still hanging around.
Yeah.
And now you're getting chunks of viscosity and bits are starting to fall off, and it creates a really cool aesthetic.
Yeah, totally.
What I didn't anticipate though is that did not expect this at all. In my head, when we were coming up with the concept, it was going to be Ren sitting still, right? Ren sitting still, just going and we could do like a real slow melt, and everything would fall off nicely. When he got on camera though, he was vibrating. Let me tell you, this guy was freaking.
He's shaking around, yeah.
Which is a very
that,
different thing to simulate because I used Keen Tools. Keen Tools is a fantastic face tracker inside of Blender and Nuke to emulate the motion. But now that you have the motion on the head, when you're applying those particles and starting the simulation, that velocity is impacting the particles, right?
Yep.
They're inheriting it as I move forward and pull back, that deceleration. Particles with a low viscosity that would otherwise be dribbling now get yoinked off of the face because of that velocity, right? That force. So what it did is added to the realism in a way because you're getting inherited velocity of these particles, which is sick, but made it very hard to make a curated slow melt.
Yeah.
Which was called out, which again, like
the
I have
man,
no qualms.
The
He's
man
totally
himself.
Right. The man himself. The man,
Chris
the
Wells.
guy said it happened too fast. And I totally agree. But unfortunately, again, in these timelines that we have here, there's not enough time to iterate and really solve those problems. I had a few solutions in my back pocket that I didn't have time to get to, but at the end of the day, it was cool tethering all these different approaches and tool sets, like Keen Tools for the face tracking and Substance for the material painting of the skull, and Houdini and the NPM for the simulation. And Nuke, Nuke is instrumental in the compositing, right? Like the stuff you can do in compositing, guys, is insane.
You can't do that in After Effects.
So underrated, I think. So yeah, it was cool to chain it all together, and I love getting those kind of reps in. And honestly, the end result, I'm super happy with.
Absolutely. And you should be.
I love how they cut together so well too.
They cut together
and that's
so
the best
well.
part is because we took the best aspects of both of our versions of our effects and blended those together. Cut back and forth. It also narratively made sense. It worked perfectly, and it wouldn't have been better one way versus the other. Like having them together truly did make the best result. For the scene. So
I agree.
Yeah.
And we were initially talking about making a hybrid version, like we did with Dune.
Yeah.
The Dune video where we had the popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
We had the full practical, we had the full siege, and then we combined them, actually, like,
That's
truly
true.
combined them in the same shot. And that was the initial plan, but again, it was just a time thing.
Yeah.
It's like
a little bit of a time thing, but also like, we kind of want to highlight both versions of the effect too in there, and it did work. So we kind of just left it. And you did add some of your smoke sim into the practical as well. So I
forgot about the smoke sim.
There's still that. Totally. Yeah.
Because that's the thing in Houdini too. Everything being procedural, it's like you have different parts melting, and you can use the parts that are melting and isolate them to drive another simulation. In my case, a smoke simulation of all this stuff kind of pouring up and hitting the helmet and curling over the face and whatnot. So I was able to take Matt's shots and add another angle of smoke, and then we were able to composite that into your version too, which is cool. So that's a cool hybrid. But I mean, that's one of the nicer things of having the creative constraints for time is that we did come up with a solution.
Yep.
It was a lot easier than combining both of them, and honestly served the same purpose.
It did. Yep.
Saved us all a little bit of a headache there.
Yeah, would have been maybe 5% difference.
So that was nice.
That's negligible.
But I mean, we've probably got 3 minutes left. So I want to throw it over to you because you also did a lot of compositing on the speed ramp footage.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and not just because I talk about briefly the puppet tool, the way we basically just took the plate, because what Jordan can do in a simulation and with the model of Ren is 3D track Ren's performance and then apply that to the Ren scan, right?
Yeah.
And so then that's at that point 1-to-1, right? But for me, I mean, with a version of Ren that we have created practically and put in front of a camera, you can't move, and especially because we're speeding it up, you can't move that around at all, right? So we took the plate that was just static, melting Ren, and then in compositing, added the background, and then I did like a little puppet tool animation to kind of give it a little bit of movement back to it. But I'm thinking the part that I didn't really talk about as much is so there's the puppet tool. Yes, great. Love the puppet tool stuff.
It did help a lot.
It does
that
help
motion
a lot.
helped a whole bunch.
That helps a ton. And I'm just trying to think what was the other process. There was another part that I didn't really.
It might die with you, dude. This midstream might die with you.
Yeah. My brain just like decided to not.
You buried that trauma.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. The
there he is. That's why therapy works. He's found it.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
I actually like composited pieces of different time ramped shots. Like so because the melt in certain places melted better and looked better when it was faster than other pieces, I took like chunks of the face that were melting at a certain percentage of time, say like 200%, and masked those out and put like pieces that were melted at like 3,000%. Comp those into the same like really face, cool, right? So that so for example, the melt of the helmet looked really good at like 2,000% speed. And the face under it looked really good at 3,000%, right? So like that was melting at much higher speed. So I took the comp of the melted helmet as it was melting down over his face and applied that temporally like shorter speed and masked it over.
That's great.
So just kind of like blending a bunch of varying speeds together to kind of create like exactly the version of the effect that we wanted.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And like that's just stuff that like all that comping, it's super important to just kind of think about like, well, what can we do like in a modern era to just kind of like help this effect along. That was
if only they could have done that to the glasses.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been the best use.
So that's the kind of stuff that you could do with the glasses too. Is like roto those out separately and speed them down slower, so it's like it's not jumping out of existence. So that's the stuff that you can't really fix back then, but we could kind of solve for some of that stuff.
A viscosity of speed. Yeah, in a way, it's the exact same concept.
Viscosity of speed. Yep,
blending those different
viscosity of
elements.
speed is a great way to put it. Thank you so much.
Morgan's out.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Attention spans fried. Someone start farting on on Fight Dummies. Don't. Here's the thing, because now that I said that out loud, guess what? My phone's listening. So thank you so much, Morgan.
Yeah.
My algorithm shot again.
Great.
Yep.
You know?
Now
I
check
worked
your YouTube.
so hard.
Check your YouTube.
Fantastic. Thank you
Refresh,
so much.
Refresh.
NeoRev says, when you realize God is just a VFX artist. I
No,
think about this
honestly,
all
dude, yeah.
the time. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
infinite resolution on us models.
If there's
like, you just
anything
keep
that's
zooming
going to
in.
make you religious, it's thinking about
Bro,
that.
you
like,
just keep zooming
yeah.
in. You're like, dude, this is infinite
Keep zooming.
fidelity.
All these little systems working together perfectly.
Just
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to
I
ask
think
you
about that
guys:
all the time.
do you would you want to see maybe an alien chest burster? 2 different ways. 'Cause
I did
we
see
were-
that comment.
I
Yeah.
We were
would
talking about
love
that. We were talking about that as well. That would be so cool to recreate that in a practical way and CG and see like, well, what could be done? Because we looked at the original Alien shot and we're like, wow, this looks kind of janky.
Like
It looks a little odd, doesn't it?
It looks different. I will say it looks different than I remember
It's
it
so
looking.
jank, dude.
It's
I
super
remember
jank. It's
seeing it
an
burst out of the
alien on a
chest.
stick. dude.
And
I
it
remember
is
bursting out of the
alien
chest
on
and
a
literally
stick.
having like,
Yeah.
like some emotion.
It doesn't have a lot of articulation. It's the mouth moves and the rest is just like on a stick. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to do that.
So,
Oh, man.
so
Ren
that's
bursts
maybe
out of
something.
Jordan.
We'll
That's
figure.
Honestly, Ren
nightmare.
could play the alien. It could be a
Yeah.
little Ren.
Yeah.
We
I
could
could see
change
that for
it.
him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Whatever it is, we need to do something else brutal to Ren and his body.
Yeah.
That's I think maybe
because
the-
apparently that works really well.
Watch the next video opens up with Ren with no arms on
Yeah.
like a post,
Oh my gosh.
and you're like, wait, they didn't do this, did they? Please tell me they didn't do this. I don't like that I opened that
Oh god.
that Pandora's box.
I also just want to shout out one more time, Eric Beck and Gordon Tarpley.
Dude.
Thank you guys
yeah.
so much
Yeah,
for
you guys
doing
are
what,
awesome.
what you did. They were so integral to the effect working and just making it and helping us out.
Yeah.
Eric Beck has a YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
called Eric Beck Effects, and head over to his channel because he made a companion piece
Yeah.
to ours. And it really just kind of goes into the nitty gritty on how we did some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And also thank you to Otoy for
You dude.
doing
Huge
those
thanks to
scans.
Otoy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we went to Light Stage at Otoy. Mike, thank you so much too.
Oh my gosh.
Geez, so many people helped us
It's
make
kind of
this
nuts,
video
isn't it?
happen.
Like, what a
Yeah.
cool thing.
So many people came together to make
Yeah,
this
because
video.
those Otoy scans are far and away the greatest scans I've ever received. And it was like I was like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me? I got to work with
Dude.
these assets? Like, what a treat. So, yeah,
crazy.
thank you, Otoy. Thank you, everyone who helped. And yeah, I'm super proud of the final video.
Yeah.
I'm really glad it was
Check
how
it
came
out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, there you go. How
There
was
you
that
go.
for 10 minutes? Did we do
Guys,
it?
Yeah, I think
As
we
that
did
was
it.
all
We're
10.
gonna not do
did
the
it.
after
Look
show
at
today
that.
because
Yeah.
we got React to do. So.
Oh
Cool.
yeah.
Well,
So
thank you guys.
Clinton Jones is coming in,
Clinton
and
Jones.
we're
Ooh.
about to start shooting React right
What a
now.
treat.
Okay,
I have
wow.
a very special
Oh,
one.
dude,
for
I was
him.
gonna order a freaking sandwich so I could eat.
Too
What a
bad,
day.
no food for you. No, too
Damn,
late. Put your
yeah,
phone away.
dang it.
Put your
I
phone
gotta-
away.
what
I'll
should I
order it on my
order?
flip
Dude,
phone.
put your phone.
I'm about to
Does your
do the hard
algorithm
one.
I'll
give
call
you
it
food?
I gotta get food before we do.
All right, well,
But
thank you,
wait,
everybody, for
guys,
watching.
But tomorrow, guess who's coming in? Adam Savage.
Adam Savage.
You
For
get
React.
Clint and Adam in
Crazy.
2 days.
Yes,
That's
wow.
It's gonna be
crazy.
crazy.
What a treat.
What a week.
I'm bringing Jet Li for him today.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I know he's a big Jackie Chan head like me.
Ooh, Jet Li.
I'm bringing him some Jet Li.
Cool.
It's gonna be a good
dude.
time.
That's gonna be fun.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Hope you have a
everyone.
lovely
Thanks for
day.
watching, everyone.
Listen to some rain sounds. Make sure you
Yeah.
pay for it.
And just remember, God's a VFX artist, so think about
Yeah.
that.